On February 3rd, 2025, EA and DICE publicly revealed Battlefield Labs, a new testing program for new upcoming Battlefield games where the entire community can participate. A program launched with the intention of bringing Battlefield back to its peak. While pretty much the entire community responded positively, I had my concerns, however, and saw a threat in this program. And now, after more than a year of Battlefield Labs, it's safe to say that my concerns were absolutely valid. Please, just spare me a couple of minutes and I'll explain why. So first of all, I gotta make clear that such testing programs are generally not an issue. It is very important to always test something before you release it as a game or an update. The question is, however, how and with whom? Many don't know, but a testing session similar to Battlefield Labs once existed in the past. It was part of EA's creator network where people with influence, and randomly chosen ones, were able to playtest the game or those updates before they were released. Experts, longtime fans and content creators of Battlefield played to give feedback in order to uphold those specific standards. And randoms who were signed up on EA's playtesting website were used to make sure that everything worked properly. After Battlefield 5 though, EA closed these private play sessions. But soon after realizing that it was a mistake, they reopened a new program that we know as Battlefield Labs. But unlike those private sessions in the past, Battlefield Labs granted access to anyone. And that's where my first concern started. This meant that a loyal fan who's been playing Battlefield since day one, someone who knows every important detail and everything that matters for a good Battlefield, is now on the same level regarding feedback like someone who just bought a console 2 weeks ago. So bringing Battlefield back to its peak was over before it even started. Labs allowed people who had no idea about the franchise at all. Hell, people who never played any video games before. Go and watch some of that footage. No front, but it's crazy how many no-hands were allowed to give feedback. Labs allowed people with no clue at all to shape Battlefield 6. When I said this before release, many people had doubts about my concerns, and I absolutely get it. But now we have the results. No class-locked weapons, absolutely weak vehicles at launch, strange class designs, small maps, especially with Season 1 and 2. All this stuff had been tested. Then why are they so far away from the Battlefield identity? And here we get to my second concern. Labs is nothing but marketing. Showing passion and that DICE and EA are working closely with the community was just bait. All that private playtesting had such a mysterious tone within the community and made everyone curious. It was just marketing at its finest before release. But to be honest, that was actually somewhat necessary. People had lost trust due to 2042 and this had to be rebuilt. The only problem though, that building of trust was then completely fumbled after launch. And here we have my third and last concern, which is using trust with Labs. Look, I'm aware that after launch, most people of the studio go and work on the next game, but there's still a large number hanging on BF6, tasked with delivering us the live service content. But with Labs, they now have an excuse for inconsistent work. You see, during the live Q&A on Discord, where the community could ask any questions related to BF6, DICE answered many questions related to content like what can we expect in Season 4, when are we getting the reworks of New Sobek City and Ashfall Fields, Blackwell Fields, my bad, when will we get the server browser and so on. Pretty much every answer, when a release or introduction of something new was involved, DICE's answer always started with a "we are currently testing" or "we will first test it" in Battlefield Labs. As I told you, yeah, testing is necessary, of course. But the thing is, why is Labs so heavily prioritized that they have to test every single tiny like solos for RedSec, where the community has now been waiting for 6 months now, or even stuff they had in the past, like a server browser. Now wait, no, hey, it's even in Portal. They're putting so much effort, so much time, so much money and resources for all these private playtest sessions, and all that shit still comes out broken. All those graphic and input bugs, the sudden change of mortars, which completely destroyed Breakthrough, constant weapon changes, gameplay issues and even unpolished maps, like Eastwood and Railway to Golmud with their connection issues in the center. If you're constantly playtesting, why are they always messed up? Truth is, the purpose of labs after launch is to keep people on a short line, to keep the community quiet. Because it unconsciously gives people satisfaction that something they want comes a bit late rather than never at all. Labs is just an excuse for broken and especially delayed content. Period. For everything that should be fixed by now, or should have been in a game since launch, can be easily countered and tossed at the back with a simple, "oh, we first gotta test it" argument. You know, you could actually have it by now, but we just prefer to work slowly, since we already cashed in all your money at launch. Labs has kinda become DICE's Joker card, and therefore, in my opinion, Labs has to be restructured. Give the voice to experts with a certain know-how rather than randoms, and combine multiple features and changes in one single play session. Think it as an essay. You have to write down a text in a short amount of time with a clear structure. So, you write a paragraph and look over it when you're done, and not read your entire essay from the beginning as soon as you wrote a new sentence. It's very time consuming and will still not guarantee perfection. And actually, most important in my opinion, maybe DICE themselves should learn by now which aspects are important for a good battlefield. I mean, it shouldn't be that hard to notice obvious bugs and gameplay issues. I refuse to believe that they are this incapable. Now, what's your take on all of this? Where would you agree and where not so much? Let me know down in the comment section. Now, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the ride, and I see you guys in the next video.